Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're going to take a little look here tonight and see if you should reach out. I know I always do, will they reach out? But back in the day, I always used to do, should you reach out? I haven't done that in years. So let's hit this from a different angle, shall we? So, for those of you who are in need of a personal reading, you can find all the information in the description of this video. Remember, here in a couple of days is going to be our next round of weekly live $25 readings. You can pre-order anytime on my website. They're read in the order of which they come in every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Also, for those of you who missed the memo, I've released a new course for the month of April. The course I decided to release this time was the steps to true healing. True healing. You always hear everybody in the spiritual community talking healing, healing, healing. But the last time I looked, I didn't see anybody teaching you how to do it and breaking down and explaining how to actually do it. So I broke it all down in a course. The link for that is in the description. May 1st, that course goes bye-bye. All right? Okie dokie. Let's jump on into this. Taurus. Let's just get a quick, general, energetic overview and just see how this person sees you, how they're feeling about you. What are they thinking about you? Let's see. How's this person feeling about Taurus? How do they see you? The Ace of Cups jumped right out there, though. You know what that kind of feels like? Kind of feels like they got feelings for you. Yep, it sure do. Feel like they got feelings for you. Let's see what else come through. Boom. Queen of Cups reversed, though. But they feel like you're the one who's emotionally immature. But they love you, though. Isn't that funny? Yeah, okay. They feel like you're the immature one. Of course. Isn't it always a finger-pointing competition? But they do have feelings for you. They're holding back. I think they want to talk to you. They just don't know how to approach you. They do be keeping a close eye on you, or at least trying to keep tabs on you. They attempt to keep tabs on you. Could be a Leo for some of you. All I got's Leo here. All right. Well, and they haven't really been successful in their little journey to try to replace you. That's not been a very successful little mission. Well, okay. All right. Well, let's see if it would be a good idea if you reached out. What would happen? What would happen if Taurus was to reach out to this person? Would that be a good idea? Would it be a good idea if Taurus reached out to this person? Five of Swords reversed. Ace of Cups reversed, though. World card. Well, it would probably be a good time to get closure, honestly. Yeah. It depends on your expectations going into it. I think you could get closure. Yeah. If you're expecting a new start in love, this is telling me that wouldn't be a very good idea. But see, here's the funny thing about it. even if you are wanting a new start in love, you still have to close the old cycle out first. It don't matter what you want to do, especially if you want to reconcile. You still have to close the old cycle out. So, making peace with the past and closing this out. If you plan to do that, then yeah, go right ahead. Reach out to them. But if you don't think you're ready for that yet, proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. Because when we have two people who haven't closed the cycle out, still vibrating at the same frequency, still holding the same energy, still holding the same feelings, and they come back together, what's going to happen? Same energy, same frequency, same feelings, same vibration, same everything. What's going to happen? Same thing that happened last time, isn't it? It's going to loop around and repeat the cycle. Okay. That was quick. All right, Virgo. Virgo, let's get a quick general energetic overview on how this person feels about you. How do they see you? How do they feel about you? What are their thoughts, feelings, and opinions? Hopes, dreams, and expectations. Ooh, they got that guard up. They do want to talk to you, though. Whoops. They do want to talk to you, but they're very guarded. Very, very guarded. Could be a fire sign for some of you. Got that Virgo card reversed there. Okay. Man, it's the same damn message. I know we got a Virgo saga. I know we got a Virgo saga here now. So they do feel a real strong ass connection with you, but they're afraid of what you would say. They don't want to hear what you would have to say. That's why they got their guard up. They afraid you gonna give them a fucking tongue lashing. Man, they still feel a strong old ass connection though. Yeah, they do. They feel a strong connection. But they see you as the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, Seven of Wands. They know you ain't on no bullshit. And they don't want to hear what you would have to say. Devil card. See, they still on their same old bullshit. And they know you ain't playing that. So for those of you maybe who dealt with somebody that had some sort of addiction issue or something, no, they ain't got clean. You know, if they, whatever bad habits they had, drugs, alcohol, porno, gambling, you know, or just fucking talking to a bunch of people on dating sites, whatever the fuck it was, they still on the same old bullshit. And they know you ain't having it. Yeah, let's see if it'd be a good idea if you reached out to this person. What would happen? Should Virgo reach out? What would happen? What would happen? Page of coins. Knight of Cups reversed. Lovers card reversed. I don't know. You might start seeing this person very differently if you had a conversation with them. You might. I think you would start seeing them very differently. It would probably end up in a reconciliation attempt. And I always use the word attempt. And the Lover's card reversed, Ten of Cups, is exactly the reason why I say attempt. I would give it about an 80% chance that a reconciliation attempt would happen. But like I said, they still on their same old bullshit. They probably wouldn't show you any emotion right away. And you would start seeing them differently. I think you would see them differently. You would feel very differently about this whole situation. So you all would probably end up coming back together, but it would just turn into this weird, awkward, unpleasant. I don't know how to explain it, man. You ever done that before? You ever part ways with somebody and then, you spend the whole time thinking you want to get back with them and whatnot, and then you finally do come back together and it don't fucking feel the same? It don't feel the same. It's awkward. You don't know if you trust them. You're scared that just any day you're going to wake up and they're going to be gone. There's just so much tension. You see them for who they really are. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you want to go through a reconciliation attempt, but with the way the energy looks right now, the energy hasn't changed. So, it'd probably end up being a failed attempt if you reached out. All right. Capricorn. These are coming through quick, aren't they? Capricorn, let's get a quick general energetic overview of how this person sees you. How do they see you? How do they feel about you? What are their thoughts about you and this connection? Ooh, they be keeping a close eye on you. They do be watching you. Five of Pentacles reversed. Sun card. They're putting on a show for you. I know I already told you that. They putting on a show for you. Hang on. And they're definitely afraid that you're still mad at them. Absolutely. But why? It's like, then what are they watching you for? What's the point? What's the point of them watching you? Why? For what? For what reason? Probably just being nosy, honestly. Because we got the King of Cups reversed there, which would kind of tell me they do still have a little bit of feelings for you, but they don't plan on showing you any emotion. Usually, when you got this kind of energy right here, they're just stalking you being nosy. Just stalking you being nosy. In the meantime, putting on a show for you, hoping that you're stalking them back, hoping, and trying to make it look like they've moved on and they're happy and whatnot. But that's a load of bullshit. It's always a load of bullshit. Every time you see that come through like that, it's always a load of shit, man. Always. All these kings reversed, dude. Every single king and queen that comes out is reversed. So you cannot trust a king or a queen reversed to be honest, loyal, and mature. Now let's see what would happen if you reached out to this person. Would that be a good idea? What would happen if Capricorn reached out to this person? Boom, 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 boom. Moon card reversed. King of Pentacles reversed. Look, another king reversed. Hermit reversed. Ace of Cups. Damn, dog. I'm getting like the same message for everybody, ain't I? Everybody. Everybody. It would probably end up in a reconciliation attempt. But with the Knight of Wands and the World card reversed, it would probably end up in a repeat cycle. And man, every time that comes through, and that just seems like what wants to come through for everybody tonight. I always get so cautious on the advice that I give. So cautious because nothing is more important than you learning yourself. You need to learn the lesson yourself. So if I just tell you, stay away from this person, then that doesn't teach you nothing, does it? Because if I just give you advice and you just blindly take my advice just because you trust me, then that means you didn't learn anything. So if you didn't learn anything from that situation, are you going to be able to avoid it with the next person? No. So that's why I'm always like, I don't know what to tell you to do here. I don't know what to tell you to do here. The only thing that I would say is draw the line at some point. Hey, repeating cycles can be a good thing. That can be the bringer of wisdom. That can teach you a lot of life experience, repeating toxic cycles. But you just don't want to be that person that keeps repeating the same cycle and expecting a different result. I know I tell you all this every time, but I know one couple who's been going on and off for 15 years. 15 years. I just checked the other day, they're back on again. It's just entertaining to watch. These two people were on and off for like 7 or 8 years. On and off and 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 on and off. And then guess what? They got married after 7, 8 years of being on and off. And then they got divorced. You would think somebody would draw the fucking line. Nope, they got back together again. After getting married and then getting divorced, they got back together again. And then they broke up. And they got back together again. And then the last I had checked, they were broken up. And that was about a month ago. And then I just checked the other day, they're back on again. On and off and 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 on and off. 15 years, man. 15 years. Draw the line at some point. When somebody shows you who they are, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, at some point, draw the line. And say, okay, I see what it's going to be every time I bring you into my life. I see it. I get it. I'm not playing that game no more. Not playing that game no more. I'm done. Dun 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 dun. At some point. That's the only thing that I'll say. Okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Earth sign family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.